It is time for the best team in Madden. We're going to go over the lineup. We got a lot of content coming up too, so keep that in mind. If you guys are like, oh, which card should we get? We should be showing some patience right about now. Multiple team of the weeks, limited's coming back, team of the year soon, playoff content soon, just so much. But we'll show you where we are. We did a video the other day called Weekend League is sometimes Weekend League is easy. Today, sometimes Weekend League is hard. Let's get into it.
If you're looking to build the best team in Madden, make sure you head over to MMOEXP.com to avoid the packs and save some racks. Use code CC for 5% off. Link is in the description below. Fastest coins, cheapest coins. Use code CC. We'll see you guys on the sticks. 5% off. Be great.
Hey, what is going on, Madden family? Welcome to Best Team in Madden, a lineup update video where we go over some cards, talk about some stuff, and we break down a game for you guys here. I don't know, 800 likes on the video. Make sure you're subscribed. Check the pin. You guys know the drill. Check the pin comment. Link to the Discord as well as the Underdog Fantasy link. If you're gonna sign up for that, make sure you use code TheActualCC. But let's go take a look. Now, we obviously had Campus Heroes this week. It was basically the only content. I mean, there was Legends too. So the breakdown here is going to be quicker than normal. We added Alan Faneca. He gets Cardinals chemistry. We obviously run a partial Cardinals team at the moment, which is still kind of up in the air, but he's the highest rated, left guard in the game. So we might as well pick him up. Wasn't overly expensive. But the big things here were Percy Harvin and Ahmad Rashad. Both cards played very well this weekend for us. Very, very well. I really like these cards. They got their feet in bounds. They caught difficult balls. They did everything I would ask for out of a receiver. Maybe you wish they were a little bigger or something along those lines, but Percy Harvin, even at 5'11", played really well. He's very similar to Devin Hester and Deion Sanders. I feel like he got his feet in on the sidelines more often, but maybe I'm wrong. Ahmad Rashad right here as well. Again, Cardinals chem, so Cardinals theme team. Gives him 98 speed. Really did enjoy this card as well. Maybe the surprise card of the year for me so far. I don't think it's a very popular card, but on a theme team with 98 speed is fine right now. I only run partial theme teams anyway, so really like that card. We kept using Derrick Henry, no Jalen Hurts, no surprise there. Again, 25 Cardinals, 25 Raiders. No ability changes at all this week either. Some deep out elites, 10 on Henry still. I'm keeping the 10 on Henry because I know I'm gonna probably go away from that. Backfield mismatch, deep out elite, slot apprentice. Pretty basic stuff for us here. What we went over before. And then on defense, the only card we added this week was Jack Tatum, more as a backup. But we did add him, so we'll show you his stats. I don't really think he played at all for us. 97 speed, partial theme team. 5'10", the biggest drawback. If this card was taller, obviously you'd probably be using him maybe a little bit more. Maybe in Taylor Mays' spot, since he does get both chems. Otherwise, no changes here, okay? Like, no changes at all. It was just a really slow week of content, so don't get upset at me about that. Dwight Freeney, when we rush him, is great. Chris Jones, still love. Pat Pete with deep route KO. Don't really notice it that much. A couple acrobats. Big man Seymour with unpredictable. Again, do I notice it? I don't know. Patterson, that's the thing there. Let's look at some stats. Then we're going to break down a game for you guys. I think we won 18 or 19 games. I don't truly recall. I will tell you this. All of our losses were like the closest games. It just didn't clutch up all the time. It is what it is, right? Like, I was happy with how I played. Wouldn't change how I played at all. Percy Harvin here. 18 games played through the weekend. 28 catches, 1,200 yards. Some massive yards per catch. Gets the ball. He doesn't get the ball a ton in his spot. He actually gets the ball a little bit less than you would think. We'll look at Alan Faneca. We got him, so might as well. 1 sack allowed in 11 games. Again, pretty good. The way it normally seems is the good players is 1 sack every 10 games. That holds true. Again, there, Derrick Henry, using him again. I think I threw more interceptions this weekend. But look at these numbers on this card. 81 games? I don't know if there's 81 games, but sure. Massive numbers on this card. Massive numbers. Just, card is so good. How do we get rid of it? I don't know, but I'm sure there's a way. And then the other only really card I want to look at here is Ahmad Rashad. Again, a new card. We played 18 games with him, 29 catches, 1,100 yards. Did all the same stuff. Again, some of these stats don't show up. It is what it is. Really did like this card as well. Got everything. But let's break down this game. Last time we met, we had a series of games where we talked about Weekend League being easy. Well, it's time to show you guys a difficult game against Aaron Love. Whoever this is, I see his name on leaderboards and competing in the tournaments and all that. I knew we were going to be in for a tough game here, okay? There's a bunch of other games I kind of wish we were doing, but I had my heart set on this one. This is when I recorded, so I stopped recording other games as well. But there were so many really good games this weekend. But again, this is a good opponent. Not a name you want to see come across your top right of your screen. Trust me on that one, okay? You're gonna see very meta play from them, okay? We've created our own little meta here a bit. Not everyone else has done that. A lot of people just kind of go with what's really good here. So we're gonna set everything up, get it going. We get the ball first. That's cool. And in 1st and 10, obviously, I'm looking deep, but I don't love throwing the pass with Derrick Henry there without long range Deadeye. There's just such a chance that pass is overthrown and picked. Okay, such a chance there. And I avoided doing that. And so right here, we're gonna throw a pick. Okay, really early on, and we tackle him, but I want to break down why we threw the pick here. And again, this is just me being a little confused here, and being thrown off by the defense a little, right? So I was thinking, it's like man, and I saw Ted Hendricks running to the left, and I thought, okay, so since he was running left, I know we have that sort of curl stop route with X, and that's where my head was at. And he just stopped. He just made a great play. Nothing else was open. Ain't nothing open. So we started out throwing a pick. Sometimes Weekend League is hard, right? The computer baited me really well. So we're gonna set up our depth chart here again. Pretty standard. You guys have seen me do this lots of times here, so you know what we're doing. We're getting our acrobats in the middle, our man ups, all this sort of stuff. Just getting everything ready. Now I'm expecting bunch. Why wouldn't you expect bunch with certain players of this caliber? Normally it's gonna be bunch, maybe a trips tight end or a bunch tight end in there, but like, okay, so it's bunch offset. So you know that there's certain plays that bunch offset's not gonna have. You're gonna see a lot of this come out, flip the play again. So again, I know what I'm expecting here, and we get hit with double post to start. Not what I was expecting. Maybe because it's it's bunch offset. Maybe you should expect that, but I was expecting just basic verticals at this point, and it was not. So really good pass play, wide open. I mean, what can I say about that? We're down. We put ourselves in a hole against a good player, which sucks. So again, right here, like, this is what I mean with some of these Derrick Henry passes like that. Like, I think this card is absolutely amazing, but that happens, right? It happens. If that was a zone coverage play, it's a pick. And again, I avoided doing a lot of that this weekend, which was very helpful. So here I'm already like freestyling almost. I feel like I'm a little. I don't know if he watches or whatnot, but I feel like he's kind of got us pegged pretty quickly here. And I'll be honest, I'm playing the name a little bit. So I did the motion because I wanted that out route there, or the in route. And again, we're going to throw, and I stopped there. Very important that I'm not throwing the ball on the run there, because I feel like that's just a worse pass. But you see here with previous play, it says man coverage, cover one, Robert press, or whatever it is. And it's clearly not. That means there's a ton of adjusting going on here. So we can't really worry about all that sort of stuff. And the beauty with Derrick Henry is you're able to get out and get away at times. Again, really good defense by him. He's played well up to this point on defense. Even though he hasn't personally lurked us or anything, he's doing stuff. So you can just even see here, like me motioning the running back out. I never do that. I never ever do that. And we break the sack, and it's just like, just get rid of the ball. We are struggling here right now. And I gotta change something up, right? Got to. So one of the main things I can always tell here, and I want to break this down. So when someone comes out in the play and then that corner switches against my offense, normally that means that they audible to a man coverage play. It's normally what it means. Okay? I know that. I know how that is. So that's why I'm setting this up. And we smart route B here, because this route is just too deep. We're leaving it on the field. I don't have a route apprentice on him. So I got to do something different with him, right? We're kind of stuck here. So I'm basically reading Y and B on this play. Again, as we see, his user just gets too shallow. Good old Ahmad Rashad gets back there. Boom, boom, pew, pew. We tie the game up. Okay. Now, very important with this, since we are down a possession and he gets the ball at half, we need to play the clock game very smart here. You can make it out of this half in a good spot by playing the clock well. Again, he gets the ball at half. So him being up any points at half is gonna be really difficult for us. So even though like we scored pretty quickly there's so much time, you can't clock someone out from that. And I'm not really feeling in control of moving the ball. You know, I don't know why he did this every time. I don't know. That's weird. So again, he's gonna come out and he's gonna do his bunch stuff. And I just need to be more aware of what he's doing. And like that'll work. But so like he comes out in verticals. Now he comes out in verticals, right? Of course he does. I wasn't ready for it. We're playing chess. I ain't playing very well right now. But again, to me, getting someone down inside the 20 or close to it at least is a really good spot for us. Moving the ball between the 20s is pretty easy. Moving the ball in the red zone a little more difficult, right? There's a little more we can set up here and try to do and force mistakes and whatnot. But on the plus side too, him moving the ball down so fast, hey, guess what? He cannot clock us out this half, which is brilliant. It was a mistake. It was not intentional, but it's there. So again, like I'm going to this defense. I switch up a little bit here. I prefer this defense like inside the 5 for sure. He gets a little, man, whatever, who cares? Bad luck. What I don't care when someone has an unfortunate play. But this defense isn't as good in the 12 for me. The way I set this up, it's not. I would tell you right now, it is not. The 10, fine, right? And that's exactly why. is because these types of plays that people set up in bunch, the cloud flat can't play that. It's just too far. When you have the back of the end zone really holding someone in there, is different, right? It's a big different. So just it's the way it is. So he scores quickly again. No problem, right? Whatever. We're still in control of our own destiny for the most part. Where if we play the rest of this half correctly, he'll get the ball at halftime. Died. That is the entire goal here whatsoever. That is goal one. Obviously, having a lead would be great, but now we have to make sure we score, and we're going to score at the pace that he allows us to move the ball here, right? We could try to slow play it, but again, do I feel confident in our ability to move the ball at this point? Not really. We haven't done anything. Not anything great. So it makes it tough. A lot of people kind of get down in the situation when you're just down a possession, especially right when you start the game with the ball. And it does make it extremely hard this year. And I understand that, but you guys need to keep that composure and just be like, listen, if I can still play my game correctly, I'm not out of it. Okay. You can get out of the game for sure. Like, that's a real thing. We see it's just, good defense, and Marlon Humphrey makes a huge jump on the ball there, and he catches out of bounds. Okay, we're pretty locked down here. So I need to do something different, and we catch him in zone there again. Why am I feeling like he's actually going to be in zone here? Is because the guys hasn't moved across the field, right? And if he's man, even though he was obviously in man there, with all the adjustments he does, sometimes it's not actually man, right? So that's why we made that decision, that read set there. You see here the guy was motioning across, and then he changed. So he changed the play there. And so when he changed the play, I was like, I'll just run the ball. Right? We just want to just move the ball ahead. Again, if I can take clock with me here, we can play smart. We're in a good spot. Okay? But you really have to be committed one way or the other. Either try to score fast or try to score slow. If you can't make up your mind, it really hurts you. And he makes a huge mistake here. And I'm not going to turn down points because I want to clock him out. No. We need to score. I feel like I'm struggling here. Weekend League is hard in this game. I don't know what adjustment he did. I don't know. I don't really know as we go back to it here. I assume he just cloud flatted or some, I don't know. Something broke. Either cloud flatted or something broke there. But 14 all, he does the little run thing again. Okay, so all I can think here now. Don't let him clog us out. Of course, like, he's gonna go back to verticals and the good plays he knows. I mean, again, a bunch of verticals is one of the best plays in the game, if not the best play in the game, right? So it's no surprise. I run a lot of cover 2. These guys want to take advantage of it. They always just think, oh, if I can get this wheel off, right? And so either I have to change or do something. And when he does the little motion there, I was like, oh man, it's definitely verticals. And I guess it was smash return with the flip. And when they do the flip there, normally with smash return, they have hot rodded post on the other side coming across the top, which might have been open there. Again, some of those are scary throws. If it's a perfect throw, it's probably completed. If it's not a perfect throw, it's probably a pick. Especially when it's manned up, right? So again, when he's flipping the play here, he's not flipping the play to do anything weird. All he's trying to do is get certain routes in certain spots most times. Sometimes people flip the play just to make you mess up your adjustments. I feel like he's not necessarily doing that. Sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't, right? But I feel like he has a purpose and a plan for it. And I need to be wary of that. Most times when it happens, the player that you need to worry about getting the ball is It's the outside receivers, right? So again, as the clock's winding down here, he's running because he wants to take the clock, and you see he's trying to go down there, and he ends up inside the 10, which means that he can't clock us out now, which means that there's a good spot for us. And again, we're going to this defense inside the 10 now. Slight difference here. But I like it for bunch. I don't really know what it does against this. So we're just gonna run commit him and stuff here. Again, I feel like that's what he's going to, the inside zone. Obviously watching for wheel routes. If he stays in bunch, we're watching the running back and tight end most likely. And he goes to single back wing pair here. I like this was a really weird / bad choice. You know? I don't know why he's doing this. And again, most times when people are going into this formation here, it really is because they want to run a stretch looky or something that you can't run commit glitch, and he just runs zone open. Was interesting. Maybe he's just trying to take the clock. I have to assume that's all. If I score, I score. If I don't know, right? Whatever. So normally I would have auto flip on, but because he's flipping, I'm already switched my defense to be prepared for his flip here. 100%. And I'm expecting the routes to get covered, but he just throws it at the perfect time. If he waits any longer on here, it's probably picked. There's a small window, and you can hit. You got to be a good player to hit that window, because he's throwing it right now, right? That's perfect. It's a perfect timing. Perfect timing. If he waits and he throws it when, you know, maybe the receiver is over here somewhere, trouble. But he doesn't. And he gives us a lot of time. He gives us a minute. We got no timeouts, but again, that's fine. We have a minute here. Can I score 7? I don't know. Like, we better try. So I changed things up, and I'm looking and I'm waiting, and it's like, do I throw it? Do I not throw it? We get sacked here. 2nd and 23 now. No timeouts. I mean, we are in a really, really bad spot. Sometimes weak and link is hard, right? We're in a bad spot. Maybe better player, maybe not. I don't know. Again, so I'm just trying to like set something up here, and he's gonna cover it really well, and I'm just gonna get rid of the ball, right? If we get sacked there, the half is over, and we're down 7 without ball. I'm like, okay, I gotta go to something here. So I'm gonna pull out a sort of a Hail Mary here for us, right? Sort of. You know how I talk a lot of times about, like, sometimes you got to keep a play in your back pocket. As a player, I keep in my back pocket. It was perfect timing to run it. He had no idea what we were going to do. It worked out phenomenally well. I'm not upset by it. We tie the game up. Again, when people bust out their best play of the game really early on, in a position you don't need to, they show you their hand, right? That's their best bunch. You can't beat me on that. Going up 7-0. You could beat me by doing that though, right? So we do tie the game up, and it is going to go to half. Tied here. And he's going to get the ball, right? We'll fast forward, and he gets the ball. So again, despite our mistake, we came out even in the half. What more can we ask for? Tell you, there's nothing more we can ask for here, right? Again, how am I going to stop him though? I don't know. As long as his reads are crisp and on point, he's going to take us. We're getting beat on this verticals route somehow. I kind of, sometimes Pat Pete plays that so well, and sometimes he doesn't. It is what it is. I would like to see more of that, because again, I did the computer to guard some stuff for me. I can't guard everything. You know what I mean? So again, like I'm looking here, verticals, we're obviously running. Again, that's where my eye is going every time he hikes the ball. Is that outside receiver on the wheel? If he's on the wheel, I'm running over there because I want us to leave my cloud flat there because that's going to help me defend a lot of the other plays and positions, right? So again, it is what it is. We switch up this time. Instead of doing anything, we're going to try to maybe get a little bit of pressure here, see if we can be great. And now he makes a great play call. I think he audibled to Z spot. Had not played into Z spot yet all game long. That's a good counter punch. Really, really good counter punch. He probably felt like we were in cover 3, which again makes me feel like he knows what we're trying to do here as well a lot of the time. So great little counter punch. And here he goes to single back wing pair with no receivers. So I was like, he can audible the goal line. So I come out in a different formation than I normally would, that I can run commit him and blow up QB sneak from. Everything else is what it is, right? So again, that's my whole plan, is we got to blow up these plays, and then he just jumps the pile, which is the thing. So good for him. He goes up 7. Good drive, no mistakes. I don't know what else to say. So we're gonna get the ball here, and again, like I know what I kind of want to do, but it's just not there, and I feel like I'm really struggling because I'm overthinking things. I'm not playing loose at all. I strictly remember being very sort of tense during this game, like okay. And again, I'm thinking as I'm recording the game, I'm like, well, I want to be able to use this game, but even there, like inaccurate, under pressure, like I can't have that happen, you know? If that was any worse of a pass, it's fixed. Gotta play smarter. So right here, I just quick hike verticals. I'm making a quick read on the flats on both sides. Pretty basic. And I hurry up here again because I feel like his flat zones were not set appropriately for what we would want to defend and do. And here is the play of the game by me right here. It was this pass. We were getting absolutely yelled at, right? Remember, let's go through this again. I hurried up because his flat zones weren't on hard flats. It was 3rd and 10. Why would you have hard flats in 3rd and 10? So if we hurry up here on a 4th and 1, my hope is that he has zone drops set, right? If he has zone drops set, he can't hard flat us, just in case. That's where my head is at. That's why we do that. And he's going to get a ton of pressure on us here, right? A ton of pressure, and he's manned up on us, as you can see. But that pressure is coming, and Derek, I see this, and I'm not even thinking that this is some sort of man coverage at this point. I just thought it was like a cover 2 hard flat. Again, I'm trying to make a really, really quick read, and we lob that up as a touch pass and complete it. Huge play, right? Beautiful, tough read. It was tough. So again, we're waiting here, we're watching. Nothing's open. I'm not gonna throw a curl or a hitch into acrobat. I know that is gonna be picked. So I decide to just see what happens, basically, right? Again, there's lots of time, lots of things going on there, and I'm just watching, waiting. So again, sometimes it's a drag, sometimes it's an in slant. This time it was a post route from the slot. Again, I have to switch these things up consistently. I obviously can't run them all in certain spaces because they may be covered, right? Does he have a yellow in there? He doesn't, you throw it, right? So now we're just going to try to run the ball in here. And I really wanted to score before the 4th quarter. So we could have an extra timeout, potentially like an extra clock stoppage. We don't get it. So now that we're entering the 4th quarter here, we score, we tie the game. you have to onside kick him at this point, because people are just going to clock you out, and it's really easy to clock out 1/4. So 4th and 2, I'm just going to it again. Again, the whole concept of, I don't feel like people properly run commit at times. Maybe they run commit glitch that formation. Maybe they just don't want to run commit all the time. Maybe they think I'm going to run it right. Maybe they think we're going to pass. So I'm trying to play chess there. If he run commits properly, he probably stops us, but he doesn't. So it is what it is. And again, we have to run commit here based on the clock, based on, we can't stop him anyway. So when you get in this position, and it is not an enviable position, right? Tied up, you got to. Okay. So I have to like figure out, what do I want to do here? You know, a lot of what we've done hasn't worked, to say the least. It has not worked. And again, he's gonna audible and flip the play and do all this sort of stuff. And that crossing route was not gonna get us. You know, like, it was covered. It was so covered. You want to get me on something else? Fine, you can get me on something else, but you should not get me on that. Not today, not now. So even though he ran double post early on, he hasn't really gone back to it either. And so it would be a really, really good time, I think, to run that here. So again, he's running the ball to take the clock. No other reason. Just take the clock. You might as well. I think it's a smart play. The running back stays open. Again, do you put hard flats down there? Maybe I should have. Because then maybe he scores faster, or he gets downfield faster, or throws a pick. I don't know. Hindsight 2020, I should probably have had hard flats there. So again, I know what he's trying to do here. He wants to clock us as much as he can. 3 wins the game for him. He doesn't even need to get 7. So he's just gonna do what he does. And again, getting down here, and once you get these guys in a 3rd down position like he's in again, and you have to get people in 3rd down, like, this is your advantage play. Because if somehow we get a stop here, then he has to make the choice. 3 or 7. Is he okay with 3? Some people aren't. They really aren't. So this is where I switch my defense up totally, just to try something different here. You see, I'm running around with a deep zone. Like, if you want to take it, take the points. It's fine. You can have them. But again, he's gonna do these things, and we're gonna try to adjust. I'm bringing people down again because I feel like he's going to just run the ball here most likely. Again, why is he trying to score? No, he just wants clock, timeouts, whatever it is. Again, smart playing, smart clock management. Madden players generally very good at clock management. So, I mean, 2nd and 10, we got to do something a little bit different here, right? You'd imagine so. Hoping that something's not going to be open. Nothing really is open there, and he throws that, and he catches that. And again, that's not a bad thing. It's still odd to me. Like, that's a pretty crazy pass, I thought. You know? Like, are you expecting the wheel here? I'm not. And then he gets this crazy, I mean, is what it is open. So he's going to go up 7. And in idiot of the moment, I forget what I was doing, but I was looking away. And so we just stood there when we caught the kickoff. But again, 2 timeouts, minute 16. I've been in worse spots, and I'll tell you this: if we score here, we're going for 2. You know what's easy? Is 2 yards easier? 2 yards, not the worst thing in the world, right? Again, I just got to move the ball. I don't mind if the clock moves. I feel like the clock is not a huge problem just yet. I mean, it obviously can be, but I feel like we're in an okay spot. And again, I'm not gonna force a bad pass in this situation. Could lose the game, right? Especially if I can get away, we can stop the clock, we can pick up a first down, whatever it may be. A lot of times people start to really try to force passes really early on in their money drives. Just a bad concept. And again, like, I'm like, is it open? It's not open, and we get stacked. Okay. That's all I can think right now. It's like, oh no, like, now we're in trouble. Second and long, 35 seconds, 1 timeout, and we need 7. This is kind of a bad spot to be in. We're in kind of a bad spot. So, we threw our punch earlier in the game. I'm going to try to throw it again this part in the game. And Derrick Henry just doesn't have the strength on the ball because, let's be honest, if in the right case, and then this is probably a touchdown. Right? So we're having to run. We're having to go. It's open. B is open. And I even feel like he should probably still make this throw. But we get out of range. I don't know why. It's not a terribly far throw, but we get out of range. Okay. So we're trying to outsmart him last play. We're trying to outsmart him again here. Part of the reason that it didn't work out is because we forgot to do everything. And again, right here, Ahmad Rashad, so I mean, he plays well. Like, he's catching these balls. Is it deep out of lead? I don't know. Maybe it's deep out of lead, but he's catching these balls. And now we have 21 seconds, no timeouts, and we're actually kind of in a bad spot, being the 34 yards away. It's like not a good location to be in. So I'm running a series of plays here now without the intention of scoring and just getting closer. Again, I don't like how far away we are in this situation. I do not like it at all. So that's why the plays and things that I'm doing here, by really calling verticals, I'm watching to see what the flats do. And I know that the flats generally, it's either going to be a hard flat or it's not a hard flat. If it's not a hard flat, the flat's going to run back and it's going to allow me to escape out and just get out there, right? So 10 seconds. Again, I'm just make another check of everything. And again, I just want to really do the same thing here. Get a little bit closer. Maybe something was open there. Maybe it wasn't. I feel like, I mean, there's no way I was going to be able to throw or make these passes. But like, could I have thrown it to Y here? No, there was nothing open. So I actually made the right call. Now, 4 seconds left at the 10. 0 timeouts. This makes everything difficult here. Everything difficult. I don't really know what to call in this situation. So I'm going to be looking for B. Right? B is at 100% where I'm looking. And he is all over it. Now, when he leaves it, could I throw B here? Maybe. But I don't. But I have X going across the field, and I feel like X could be open. So we're going to start rolling. And X stops. He stops. Which is actually really good because he sends the zone. Look at this. Look how good of a play this was. Sometimes weekend league is hard. This was the play. It's wide open. It's wide open. And we get a fearless, which means no pressure. because we're on the run. But an inaccurate pass right to him, and he moves as soon as we throw the ball. Sometimes weekend league is hard. Okay. So we lose this game. Right? Again, our numbers were okay. I was really confused. Like, what happened? I could not believe what happened. Not that it was a bad pass. It threw me off. Like, why did this happen? And I still don't really know exactly why. Right? Again, like, you'll see me like I'm going through this in my head. Like, what is going on? This should be completed. Did I do something wrong here? No, it was just the game. And you know what? Sometimes the game just does that. Would have loved to have had the chance at going for the win there and going for 2. But we don't get the chance. It's EA. Sometimes it happens. GG's to him. Again, I'm in a much better mental space when I play the game now, where a loss like this in the past would have really made me upset. Nowadays, we just kind of move on from it, right? We played a good player. Someone's got to win. Someone's got to lose. We lost. Either way, thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully you learned something in the breakdown, and I'm out. Peace.